I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my Astro family. These are your June 2020 horoscopes with me, Lada from astrolada.com. And 2020 is the year that keeps on giving. June is another roller coaster month that's going to have two eclipses. And as you know, eclipses always bring sudden and unexpected events, twists and turns, and the karmic fated events that turn our life around for better or worse. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have Mercury going retrograde, another retrograde planet, and Venus turning direct. But we'll go one step by step through everything. Before that, I just wanted to announce that June and July I'm dedicating to ancient Babylonian astrology. We're going to be making huge promotions for Babylonian astrology readings, the way they were done 3,000-4,000 years for the kings of this world only. And Rumen Kolev does those readings. They're all discounted 30 to 50%. And it's astrology like you've never seen. He single-handedly revived the astrology of ancient Babylon by translating texts and clay tablets that were lost and forgotten for thousands of years, by learning the language of the ancient Babylonian cultures and rediscovering true real astrology as it existed thousands of years ago. And he's starting also Babylonian Astrology Academy from the end of May, but you can hop on the train anytime you want. It's extremely cheap. It comes up to around $60 per month, and you're going to learn ancient Babylonian astrology from scratch. Also, if you want previous courses, they're all on discount from ancient Babylonian astrology. So do check out the links below if you're interested to be the only group in the world that is going to be studying ancient Babylonian astrology with the foremost scholar and only astrologer in the world who revived ancient Babylonian astrology, basically. So now let's start with the 12 signs.
I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, June 2020. There is a lot of things happening in June. It's a mixture of endings and new beginnings, and it's eclipse season. So cancers are always, I've noticed, strongly affected by the eclipse seasons because the moon causes eclipses. It's one of the planets that always plays in the eclipses, and the moon is you. You are ruled by the moon as cancers. So usually you're much more sensitive, you're much more psychic during eclipses. You can feel a little bit more out of sorts, destabilized around the days of the eclipses, which are 5th of June and 21st of June. So you always have to take a bit more care, but it also big portals for you, the eclipses. And the first eclipse on the 5th of June, and bear in mind, what I'm talking can happen even a month before or a month after the exact eclipse, but it's happening in your 6th house. And it's a lunar eclipse about completing something. Maybe you're completing some work project now that you can see the results of. Maybe you're ending a job. And because the eclipse is with the south node, you complete, you end, either get rewarded, see results, or you just say, okay, this job, I'm done with it. Or some duty and responsibility that you have, which is also 6th house, gets completed now. You no longer have to have that debt towards someone, or even financial debt. Sometimes the lunar eclipse can complete the financial debt, but definitely there is focus on work the first 2 weeks of the month. And there is focus on completing something there. There is focus on your health. Sometimes an eclipse can really put the spotlight on your lifestyle. Are you eating well? And it might be the ending of some kind of unhealthy habit of yours, which is probably the best way you can use this lunar eclipse in your 6th house to eclipse bad habits, to remove them from your life. And 6th house is addiction to substances or any kind of other unhealthy things. And you can really decide to end that chapter of your life as well. And but at the same time, there is a push and pull between the 12th house, because it's very full in most of June. 12th house is to let go, to run away from responsibilities. While the full moon says you have to complete your work responsibilities. There is focus on work, on not only work, even if you don't work, there are worldly responsibilities of any sort. You know, fixing the bath or the doing dinner for your kids, or anything that you have responsibilities around, being cleaning the house, whatever it is, working in the garden. And there is a push and pull between this 12th house that is activated with Venus retrograde there with the sun. So you are really feeling, especially the first 20 days, like, I want to escape from responsibilities. I want to go in my own world. Venus retrograde makes you more introspective, revise on past relationships, revise on your life overall, wanting to go and do more things for your soul, like read books, spiritual books, or meditate, or walk in nature. You know, so you have to find a compromise, because both energies are extremely strong the first 2 weeks, between world responsibilities and work, and escaping and going for a holiday. And you might be able to combine both, escape a little bit from reality, then come back and complete some big responsibilities in your life. But push and pull between those two. And Venus retrograde in the 12th house continues till the 25th of June. So you're doing a lot of soul searching for sure. Some of you might be completing some hidden relationship. You know, some of you might be revising some hidden relationship and seeing it from a completely different angle. 12th house rules hidden, intimate relationships. Someone someone from the past can come back, and that you secretly kind of try and put a closure on it while Venus is retrograde in the 12th house. Or you might be working behind the scenes, preparing on some creative project that you really enjoy, that you really love, editing it, fixing it, making it better, for example, while Venus is retrograde there. And also Venus is possessions, material things. They might be more expensive in the 12th house while Venus is retrograde. So be careful, especially the first 15 days. But these expenses might be for something that you actually enjoy. Something that 12th house, Venus is something that you find pleasurable, that you do to soothe your soul, to pamper yourself. So maybe some expenses on such things, whether spa, whether massages, if you can get that. And generally, the expenses are the 12th house, and Venus is the expenses on enjoyable things, on some romantic hidden time away that might be required as well from you. And there might be also possibility for loss in connection to relationship, to let go of something that you really love, but is maybe extravagant and that is doing you more harm than good. And you're reevaluating that, ways that you escape in reality that may be unhealthy through alcohol or whatever. And you're revising that. Is this the right thing for me or no? You know, it's there's so many possibilities. I'll try to mention a few of the main ones. And Venus, though, becomes visible from the middle of the month. So something new can be born in this 12th house for you. Venusian nature, a new pleasure, a new way to escape reality, a new secret love, a new secret and pleasurable activity that it's more like alone time in some way as well. And it's also alternative sources of income, the 12th house. It is expenses, but it's also undeclared sources of income. It's kind of under the table sort of thing. And something under the table can appear for you as an opportunity towards the end of the month financially. Or opportunity connected to faraway country, or even a romantic relationships can appear, a new one with someone from a faraway country or different state, or someone further away from, 12 houses, someone that's not familiar, and Venus gets reborn there. So towards the end of the month, this is a possibility as well. And there is going to be Mercury going retrograde Cancer in your sign. I think that will be the thing that all of you feel very strongly, especially Cancers born from 5 degrees Sun in Cancer, Moon or Ascendant, till 15 degrees, exactly where Mercury is retrograde. So check out what degrees your Ascendant, what degrees your Moon sign. Is it from 5 till 15 degrees? Wow. So it will be from the second part of the month, you'll be working extra hard on some project, redesigning your whole life, things from the past coming, having to fix them. This means if you're born basically from around, what is that, 26th of June to around 7th of July, 26th of June till 7th of July, Mercury goes retrograde over your sun. So the sun is work, so career, goals that you have to revise. So maybe a male coming back from the past, reconnecting to you, reconnecting with the father figure. It can mean just a lot of, it depends if your ascendant is different than Cancer, where that sun falls, but something that you have to use extra efforts from the 18th of June onwards, or even before that, till the middle of July to redo, to re-examine, to fix some mistakes that were made. You have to correct them. There might be some delays, whether you're sun, moon, or ascendant in Cancer. While Mercury goes retrograde, there's some project or some goal of yours, so that gets a little bit delayed, that requires a lot of checking of details, attention to detail. And you have to be careful also with devices, electronic devices, with trips. You have to be careful with passwords, with misplacing objects. But the good thing is objects or papers or people, because Mercury rules all of those things, contacts from the past can come get in touch with you again. You can reconnect with people from the past. So Mercury's business projects that can come back, some business project that you have to fix, to edit, to improve on. And I've noticed when Mercury has gone retrograde in my ascendant sign, for example, that was a time when I've been working for some time on a new product, a new webinar. And when it went retrograde for a month, I was editing it, fixing it, redoing it. And then when it became direct, that's when I was able to release it to the public. So some of those things will be happening. Sometimes they can be frustrating. The second part of the month until the middle of July, you have to be much more flexible, much more on the ball with details. And you might be a bit overwhelmed with mercurial tasks that you have to do, using your mind, using your intellect, using your skills. You have to kind of mobilize your skills to the highest degree. Communication skills, writing skills, whatever it is. Mercury, if you're a plumber, this is your skills for plumbing. If you're a singer-songwriter, this is your skills for writing and singing. If you're a marketing media person, these are your skills like that. So for that, it gets very hectic from the middle of the month till the middle of July, of you working with some project, mercurial, which means very in your head, using skills, using the rational left brain or right brain, whatever it was, not so much creative, but organizing, redoing, replanning, renegotiating, and such matters. And something from the past to pick it up, to bring it back to life, or if it's no longer necessary, to remove it. I remember when Mercury went retrograde over my sun, I found out things, because Mercury is information you are not aware of comes back to you, and you suddenly realize that some important conversations also come to the surface, and especially things that bug you, you become, that you haven't spoken about before. Now you're going to be much more vocal. You're going to say to people, well, this has been bothering me for a few months, this is what I want, and again, this can create some crisis. But what happened to me is that when Mercury went retrograde over my sun, I found out some information I didn't know about someone I was working with that was kind of disturbing for me, and I broke up that relationship, business relationship. So this is one possible scenario. There are thousands of possible ones. Okay, but at the same time, there is an eclipse happening in your sign. So what you're going to feel the most is this Mercury retrograde from the second part of the month, and this eclipse happening on the 21st of June in Cancer. And it is happening and that's a powerful eclipse. It's very strong. It's at 0 degrees Cancer. So those Cancers who are born on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, they'll feel it the most. And this eclipse means a powerful new beginning in your life. This eclipse indicates that you will start some new, all cancers might feel it, Cancer, Sun, Moon, rising, but the first 5 degrees, if your ascendant is the first 5 degrees, your moon 0 to 5 degrees, or your sun that I said which days it means, it can turn your life around. It can, and for other cancers, something new appears in their life after 21st of June that puts a new path, a new direction in your life. This can mean you deciding to take a different approach and a new approach to your health, to your body, to your career if it's the sun. A new man can appear in your life if it's your sun. A new important career opportunity if it's the sun. The moon, something powerful can happen in regards to your family. And because this eclipse is with the north node, it gives you something like pregnancy, motherhood, or change of place of living, new place to live, or change of, or a new, brand new beginning with your family or for your parents. If it's your ascendant overall in your life, I cannot tell you exactly, but it's going to be surprising. It's going to be fated, and it's going to give you more independence. It's going to give you more, but it might be shocking and surprising, and it might, need some adjustments when it comes, but it comes with force and fast and turns your life around, and you start looking at yourself in a different way and wanting different things for yourself. So, and the sun, it might be a father figure or a male figure, the moon, a female figure in your life. It's in Cancer, the ascendant is just you, definitely. The sun and the moon can also be you, but there is also other people the sun and moon signify. So huge one, guys, huge month. This in particular month will be probably, and I would say the whole of July will be life-changing for many cancers because of the eclipse that's happening at 0 degrees in Cancer, the retrograde Mercury. So a lot of new beginnings with this eclipse, but also you're completing all things, you're fixing things, you're re-examining the whole direction of your life as well to some degree. So hectic, busy, interesting, even though so many planets are triggering your 12th house to around the 21st to the 20th, So you those who have the need to rest more, to recharge, because after 21st of June, it's basically you'll be brimming with new ideas and you need your energy. So you might retreat a little bit the first 20 days and take more time to rest. And then things start moving for you forward. Things start picking up. And from 21st of June and most of July, you're kicking ball. So thank you so much, Cancers. Do come back to this a few times during the month because there was a lot of information. You would need to revise it. And as you go, see how things are progressing and which part is happening for you, because the second part of the month has different energy than the first. Thank you so much.
I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God. Let it go. Clean myself completely so I can get higher above. I will love you more than I could ever love. Let's be found in our heart.